Love to see that. Like if he fought Tyson Fury, how much money would they be able to get?
I know nothing about that world. Do you think they'd be able to demand that much?
I don't know.
Is it off the pay-per-view or what they could sell it as?
Yeah, it's off the pay-per-view. It's off what they could sell. I mean, obviously, it would have to be very marketable, and Tyson Fury is very marketable, and Francis Ngannou is very marketable, especially him as a UFC heavyweight champion going up to fight in boxing. And it would be weird to see Tyson Fury like a legit 5 inches taller than Francis Ngannou, because that's what he would be. Oh, yeah. Tyson Fury is 6'9". I think Francis is 6'4" or 6'5". I'm not sure. So how tall is Francis? Is he 6'4" or 6'5"? But the big fight in MMA is John Jones. So if
does he fight at that same weight?
John Jones is fighting heavyweight now.
Is there a weight class above the 265?
There is, but the UFC has never implemented it. It's just not super heavyweight.
There's just not boys out there big enough to...
I mean, I guess there's probably a few, but there's not enough where they felt the need to have a over 265-pound weight class. It is kind of weird, though, that there's a weight limit on heavyweight.
You just came from the Tyson Fury fight last night, where he won by knockout in the 6th round. Dillian White went down, and then you get in the ring afterwards and pick a fight with him.
No, I didn't pick a fight with him.
Well, he certainly seemed keen on the idea.
Oh, yes. The idea is clear that that fight will happen. I was there in the ring cage last night to watch him fight, and it was a beautiful knockout, you know, very clean, the uppercut, you know. Nobody couldn't see that coming. Perfect. But we have our own little statement to make. We want to find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Damn right. Yeah.
He's a boxing champion in the world. I'm a MMA champion of the world. So, yeah, we can come together and see what is the outcome.
You're talking about like a hybrid fight between boxing and MMA, sort of MMA gloves, are you thinking?
Yeah, it could be. It could be an MMA glove. We haven't really think about it and how it's going to play out. Because first of all, we have an engagement with our promotion right now. So, I mean, unless they're on board, we can really talk about it, like put out the term. You know, now it's just some like hope to get it done sometime next year, because anyway, sometime next year we're gonna be to the point to go whether it's with or without our promotions.
Okay, so the UFC, for example, they've got you under contract until early next year.
Late this year.
Late this year. So, yeah. So you're going to make that offer to them. You're either with me or I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, or I'm in the UFC, but they have to consider that fight, you know, to promote that fight for me. Wow. Or to co-promote.
If we do this with UFC gloves, very small gloves, obviously it's a different game for Fury. He obviously blocks a lot of things with those big gloves that they use. Do you feel like that will give you the chance to connect with him in a way that other people couldn't?
I think there's not that much different in the gloves.
Oh, really?
No, there's not, because it's still gonna be, it's still gonna be a boxing rules, you know. And we're trying to like find a compromise, but there's not too much, because if we add a leg kick, it's gonna have a very, very bad night. If we add a takedown or whatever, or MMA rules, it's gonna be, we can now talk about like the murder, because it's not like, wow, he's not even able to defend himself on that ground.
Did you see him wrestling with
oh, forget it.
Darren Till?
Yeah, everybody can wrestle, you know.
Yeah.
But how much you can wrestle professionally?
He's very different in his build. He isn't made for like the grappling, is he? He's very much a boxer, in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would your prediction be for a fight against Tyson Fury like that?
Regardless, I mean, walking into this fight, depending on the rules, I know he's not like my ground. I know Tyson is a great fighter, and it's gonna be very hard for me. Basically, like if I'm joining him on his sport, you know. But still, I believe that I have something to still make him have a bad night, have a days of a loss. So
I think you hit harder than Deontay Wilder.
My prediction is like knock him out, because that's what I would try to do.
Yes.
You know, my whole training camp, I was just trying to be collect, don't go crazy, don't throw, don't be very wide, and trying to be accurate, because I'm sure, I don't care how tough he is, if I hit, he's gonna feel it.
It's funny because with the Usyk and Anthony Joshua fight, for example, everyone says you don't box a boxer, you fight a boxer, and you're a fighter. So I think that there's a great deal of interest going to be in this fight, because you can rough it up, you can do things that other people can't do. You know what I mean? And you've got power that I don't think he's, even with Deontay Wilder, being Deontay Wilder's like 35 pounds lighter than you. You know, he's a smaller guy.
And Fury like to use he likes dirty boxing.
Yeah.
If you see the second, I think it was the second fight against Deontay Wilder, he came out bigger, and right away, that at the moment that I saw him bigger, I know exactly like what he was doing. I know he's gonna weigh Deontay Wilder down, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
He was just leaning on him, and it was Deontay Wilder carrying Fury on top of him for 2 rounds. He was exhausted, bro.
His skinny little legs couldn't handle it.
And he was doing the same thing yesterday with Dillian White, like just laying on him and like get Dillian White frustrated. I saw the referee blame Dillian White like twice, but Fury was very sneaky about it. Most of the time, Fury was the one initiating the action, and Dillian White get frustrated and react back, and then get blamed by the referee.
Yeah, but
I think that's something. First of all, that's something that won't work with me, because if you're trying to dirty boxing me or to weigh on me, I think I'm gonna take advantage on that. And by the way, I think I'm gonna try to just, I know how I will push it or do something. I think if Fury goes on the canvas 2-3 times, 4 on the canvas, even though he didn't get hit, it's gonna take a little bit of energy out of him.
I mean, I've met Tyson, the great man himself, and you're one of the few humans who is, bigger and stronger than him. You know what I mean? And that's going to be an interesting.
But he's a very good boxer, though.
Oh yeah,
he's a very clean boxer.
Absolutely, he's fantastic. He's the greatest of the generation.
His boxing is outstanding.
Yeah, if you were given the option of John Jones or Tyson Fury, money, let's say the money's the same. What fight interests you the most?
Why do I need an option why I can have both?
Yes, I like that.
I have an option to have both.
Okay.
I'm going for both.